those kind of things. They really don't care about much. They just want you out on time. They just want to make it look like you were never there. We wove woes and homes into the rugs and drapes and left lines etched in the ceiling, where we both lied on our backs, marveling at our vulnerability. I kept telling you it was a virtue, but you couldn't hear me over my whirling stupidity. It was stupid to break down in that hot tub. I don't know that they built them to last. So we tested the integrity of my porcelain promise, and we both spilled out in the flood. I kept trying to save you. I wanted to save you, but all I could say was happy birthday as I pushed you under. They'll always remember us here. It's the one with the hope in the sheets. Yeah! Rich Ferrara, ladies and gentlemen. So, Dr. Benway, aka Rich Ferrara, oh, that's Dane's album, aka Rich Ferrara. We just put this album out, Hot Wire Heart, and Rich did the production on it, and it's available at the front door. If you want to pick it up and help, spend some money. But dig. This album was recorded at open mics across the country, some of it right here, a lot of it in the back of an RV in the middle of Northern California. And what I learned, what I noticed when I travel around to these places is I find a lot of spaces like this, and I find a lot of shows that mimic this and these kinds of open mics. And what I started to understand is that, like, shows are dope and people love to come to shows, and a lot of the energy is given to what happens on stage. But there's another element behind all that, right? There's the nameless, faceless thing that brings this all together. The promoters, the bar managers, right? The barkers of this thing, and they don't really get a lot of the credit all the time. And sometimes, and some of the dopest shows are labors of love, and some of the dopest shows are thrown by people that throw these things in spite of themselves, and you don't really ever hear about that. So this is something that goes out to the promoters, to the bar managers, to the venue owners, to the barkers. Yeah! He was a carnival barker, one of tomorrow's farmers strung under the big top. First one to the party, last left lifting the pig slop, and he got big props. Existential love, and as a side note, when the lights went low, his own life looked like a sideshow, and he's like, man, I know, but it's a delicate imbalance. Without this circus tent, all these freaks have left as wasted talent. It's a black and gray mortality out beyond the shifting funhouse, and I've got to keep it going when the cotton candy runs out. And when the cotton candy runs out, you can catch him up above the crowd, hands in the air like benediction. This place a house of worship now. Lay your burden down. The untold wreckage swept under this sad clown is at the cost of his inner electric. This wretch is saving the whole town. I'm no telephony guy. I push infinity rods, entangle light and sit and ride and trip on riverbed floors until I got lost. And in that moment, I saw what the mushroom had intended this for. She said, get back to the source. You ain't so soft, you're hardcore. But if you're gonna hold the light, then that's what deep breathing's for. And then the river went calm and she extended her palm, and I became the withered sentiment of the sediment sun. The diasporic embalming, this tour is always evolving, and when it fails becomes an am and the harmonic enlightening. Yo, I boiled lavender envy and sniffed it out of the netty and held the hand of my yeti until my psyche was ready to reconcile the pretending. This archetypical rendering is the result of defending all of this ego and frenzy when it's so much more about the surrendering. Please erase my face off the memory card of every console obsolete. Are we divinity or digital when you really weigh it out? When you really weigh it out, factor in 21 grams in the weight of my pineal. Then chop and snort that shit and sit and laugh as the kaleidoscope explodes. Ode to the shaping of stability within the cosmic corners reaching for sustainable fertility. Oh shit, you are really an anomaly. The mere existence of your helix speaks volumes for the prophecy. Slow. And it's steady. And it's certain. And it's believing in the dreaming, the reality I've created, leaving strings of human things to be galactically debated. The black and white image, the vintage noir, appreciating the mist in the ditch of war, the best from the worst, swallow it down whole, don't lose the path to the worth in the diagram fold. Yes, I'm more or less an element of my time, developing the poem as a rendering of the mind, assembling the fine, young, wanna be alive, auditory hallucinations can be mistaken for the rhyme. I'm spinning through the twisting everlasting, moving with the shifting of masked things, noosed by the ocean's moon dancing, soothed by the same truth that damns me. Up here, these insecurities got nowhere to run to. I got time on my hands like clocks crumpled. I threw the struggle into the duffel and thumbed uphill, then fell in love with the heartbreak of the trouble. And it trembles and I tremble at the longing, and I revel yet I'm still empty in the morning. And it swells like it smells right before the rain fell, and I swear I heard heaven in the pouring. And now all these angels like ghosts show up mourning, little orphans and war paint warnings, hurling dolphins at coffins in a return to the orbit that sent quarks and corks out exploring. You think the ocean gets lonely from mourning? You think all that crashing has something to say? It's so vulnerable and distant, wide open. We are a mouth agape, born with a poem made to stray.